Hi, my name is Gabriela, and welcome to the first episode of my podcast. This is going to be a podcast about my journey into the handcrafts and fiber world. And you can also find me in Instagram, in Twitter, in Tumblr, and in Ravelry as Gabriela Cos, and in Facebook as Made by Gabriela Cos. I'm finally here. I always wanted to record a podcast or to do a podcast, but somehow I was too shy or was afraid about it. But since I have so many things to share and so many things to tell you, that I said, why not? Let's give it a try. Let me tell you more about me. I come from Bolivia, but I live in Switzerland since 2006. First time I came here, it was in 2005, and I met Adrian, who is my husband. At that time, my life changed. I decided to move here, and my family still lives in Bolivia, and I have my older brother who lives in Madrid, in Spain. Me and about knitting and crafting in general, I started knitting again in 2010 when my mother-in-law passed. We were arranging her belongings, and I found some knitting and needles and magazines. So for me it was kind of I have a click that tell me, well, why not start knitting again? And I didn't know that my mother-in-law Evelyn used to knit, or at least try to do it. I knew that she was very good with leather and working with leather. We have a really beautiful wool hangers that decorate our apartment that someday I will show you. And I felt a little bit sad because we could have shared a passion maybe, or some crafts. We could have spent some time knitting together, but anyway, it was too late. So I wanted to honor those needles and magazines, so I went to buy some yarn to Manor. Manor is a department store here in Switzerland who carries yarn and a very affordable price. So for a kind of beginner knitter, I wanted to buy a good yarn, but not that expensive. So I wanted to knit something for a baby. Just at the same time, a friend of us was expecting, so I decided to make something for the newborn. And I picked the magazines, and I couldn't read them. I couldn't understand the instructions because I've never done it. So I started researching and looking in the internet, buying more books about knitting and how to learn how to read patterns. So it's been 5 years now, and I would say that I taught myself how to knit again, because my knowledge was only purl, knit, and cables, and I didn't even know that those were the terms that you use in English, because I speak Spanish. My mother tongue is Spanish, and the only thing I knew and how I learned how to knit when I was a child, it was purl, knit, and some cables, and no instructions to follow. My mom used to knit, my grandma used to knit, and my nanny as well. My nanny used to spin a lot. I remember seeing her when I was a child playing with a spindle, the Andean style. And somehow it was interesting, but I was not into that. Once I tried, but I couldn't make it. I couldn't do anything because it was too complicated. So I dropped it, and I never knit or spin again. We used to spin at school. In the school they taught us how to knit, how to sew, they taught us embroidery. But that was it. At the university, no one knit, and it's not something like a common activity in my circle of friends. So it's not that you knit. If you knit, or if you do some with your hands, like handcrafts, it's very weird. You you're not supposed to do that. So it was a revelation when I started knitting, and I like it a lot, and I discovered a passion. I didn't know that I would love. I didn't know that I had this passion about knitting, about crafting, about spinning. So I kept doing it. Now I would say that my love for knitting and crafting in general is still growing. I'm still learning, and I try to go to yarn festivals or to retreats, to learn more, to have more, to have friends, because as I said, not all my friends, they don't knit, and I sometimes I feel that I am alone, but thanks to the internet and thanks to Instagram or Ravelry, I discover a new world and a community where we can share our passion, where we can share what we love the most. And I think with the podcast as well, I would be able to share even more. And I am happy of doing it, even though I am a little bit nervous. You may notice that. So I will try to share with you my culture background, because I come from a country where there are a lot of llamas, alpacas, vicuñas, and a lot of traditions about fiber and dyeing and knitting in general. And here in Switzerland, there is as well a small community of knitters. Maybe, I don't know all of them. We have a group in Zurich where we meet together and craft in general. It doesn't matter if it's knitting or crocheting or embroidery. Everything that is needlecraft related, you can come and join us. And this is going to be my podcast, and I will be happy for you to come and stop by and share with me. I will try to do this very short, because it's kind of a test, and I would like to show you what I'm wearing now. I'm wearing, you may see this for the followers in Instagram. This is my canopy by Mandarins, by Melody Hoffman of the Mandarins podcast. I love it. You may see it in Instagram. I use the yarn I dyed, because I started dyeing as well. I joined the dyer world as well, and I am very happy with it. I used 2 skeins of superwash merino, 300 meters each skein. I'm not sure about the equivalence in yards. Sorry, I will put in the show notes all the details. And as you see, I need 4 repeats, because the pattern calls for 3 repeats of the lace part, so I need 4 in order to have a long, cozy, and that covers me shawl. I like wearing the shawls like this because they cover my throat. Sometimes I'm very delicate about it, and I get sick very often with colds. So, and yeah, that's how I like it. And I wanted to show you as well, as a first podcast, something that I was knitting during the weekend. That we had a very long weekend because of Easter. Happy Easter to all of who celebrate, and I hope you had a really nice time with your family. And I knit this. This is the handbrake call made by Kay and Don Jones from the Bakery podcast. This pattern was created to help to a really good cause, which is the cancer research. So if you buy this pattern, all the proceeds goes to the research of to the cancer research. So I use as well my yarn. It's an MCM base in a DK weight, and it's a very pinky or purpley color, which I love, and which has the colors of support cancer research as well, and I love it. And I hope you can join and knit this and help for this really good cause. And this is something that I finished during the weekend, and something that I've been working on is a hat. And in fact, this is a swatch of a hat. The hat is from the Ultimate Hat book from Vogue, and this is, oh no, sorry, and this is the version, the hat. It's knit in 3 parts, and they require a fingering weight, but I'm using DK weight, so that's why I'm swatching, because the stitch count and the size will change. I decided not to use the bubbles because I don't like bubbles. And are those bubbles or not? Yeah, bubbles, I think. So I am swatching, and let's see how I need to modify the pattern for this center part, which is, I have to reduce the repeats, not a lot of them. And I'm also currently working on another shawl by Mandarins, and this is a test knit, so I will show you a little bit. And this is the yarn I'm using. Is another yarn that I dyed. This yarn I dyed while I was participating of the Camp Aloha Friends. The Camp Aloha Friends, it was a summer camp organized by Mel with Mel podcast. Hello, Mel. And we received this a naked yarn from the Space Cadets, and I dyed this as a part of the dyeing class, which I don't have a color name, but I like it. It's kind of orange, and some parts that are undyed, and I don't know, like a rust color. And I am using this to test the new shawl that will be available soon, I guess. I don't know when yet, but keep posted. So it's going to be a really good shawl, like the canopy. And that is what I've been working on and what I finished. And I think that's what I'm going to share with you as a first podcast. I don't want to be it longer. I will try to follow a script for the next time, to have more material. I will share with you my knitting library, my books, my magazines, the stash I have now. I don't buy a lot of yarn. I don't buy it very often. I do buy, but not very often. I wish I could buy a lot, but not. I try to use my stash from now, and then let's see how it goes. And yeah, I think that's all. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoy it, and bye.